Hey everyone, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. You know, it's been about 5 years since I looked at Disney's Tomorrowland movie, and while it was okay, it still had great visuals, and it was also a great way of bringing Walt Disney's future world to the big screen. However, I don't know if many folks remember that Disney did another futuristic movie way back in 2007, which just happens to be a CGI film from the true House of Mouse. Released on March 30th, 2007, the movie is Meet the Robinsons. Now, this is a story about Louis, an orphan boy who wants to know what his mother was like. So, he invents a machine that looks through your brain and can see your memories. But during the science fair, a weird kid named Wilbur, who's from the future, warns Louis about a tall man in a bowler hat who wants to destroy Louis's future. At the same time, the bowler hat guy sabotages the memory scanner and steals it. Later, Wilbur takes Louis to the future in a time machine. The boys spend a day in the future of 2037 with Wilbur's eccentric family. Unfortunately, the bowler hat guy is about to alter time, and it's up to Louis to save the future. So, what do I personally think of the movie? Well, I think this is another fun Disney film, and nowadays, it's absolutely underrated. But let's move on to Mustang notes. Now, believe me when I say that this movie is loosely based on characters from the children's book A Day with Wilbur Robinson by William Joyce. It was the first film released after then Pixar executive John Lasseter became Chief Creative Officer of Walt Disney Animation Studios. It was also the first film to show the new Walt Disney Animation Studios logo. Production began in June 2004 and was scheduled for a 2006 release, but was pushed to March 2007. Now, in my personal opinion, the animation in this movie makes me think of the animation from Robots and Roly Poly Oly. No surprise, since William Joyce did help a little bit with the animation and the character designs. And I think the Robinson house looks very futuristic, and the future of 2037 looks like a CGI version of Disneyland's Tomorrowland. And I like that this movie features time travel. And while time travel can be cool, time travel can be dangerous when it's meddled with. Plus, there's a couple Disney Easter eggs hidden in this movie. Not only does the film feature Walt Disney's famous quote, "Keep moving forward," but there are also pictures of Walt Disney and Nikola Tesla on the wall at the orphanage. Also, I think most of the Robinson family members are real wacky, zany, colorful, and funny characters. Plus, the final climax was pretty dark and twisted. And now, I think it's time to talk about the characters and the voice actors who brought them to life. Our main character, Louis, is voiced by Jordan Fry, whom 2 years prior played Mike TV in Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I really like Louis. He's an incredibly gifted 12-year-old who is really intelligent. He loves to invent, and he has been doing so ever since he was young. While a generally kind kid who has good intentions, Louis can also let frustration cloud his mind, and he also becomes discouraged when his inventions don't work out. but thankfully, he never gives up, even after becoming Cornelius Robinson. Next up, we have Wilbur Robinson, voiced by Wesley Singerman, who voiced a spoiled Nutcracker prince in the 2004 Nutcracker and the Mouse King movie. Now, Wilbur would have to be my favorite character in the entire movie due to his confident and stealthy personality. And I like that his goal is to encourage Louis to keep moving forward. Next up is Carl, a robot voiced by Harlan Williams. I find Carl to be another memorable character, and I think he has some unique functions like stretchable parts. Plus, Carl's general assignment is to keep an eye on Wilbur and keep him out of trouble. Kind of similar to Botley from Jumpstart 3rd Grade. Except, Wilbur is a lot easier than Polly is. Next we have Grandpa Bud, voiced by director Steve Anderson, who also voices Tallulah Robinson, and also voices Kai in the Frozen franchise. Now, Bud is a really hilarious character. He likes to wear his clothes backwards, and he has a painted smile on the back of his head. But sometimes Bud has problems keeping his teeth inside his mouth. The most memorable part is when Bud gives Louis a tour around the Robinson house and introduces him to the family and the staff. Next we come to Wilbur's mom, Franny, voiced by Nicole Sullivan. Best known as Shigo from Kim Possible and Mira Nova from Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Now, Franny has got to be my favorite character in the film next to Wilbur, due to her toughness and compassionate nature. Also, I think Franny has such amazing talents, like composing her own music and teaching frogs to sing and dance. Also, one of my favorite moments is when Franny and her brother Gaston get into a food fight in the style of a Japanese action movie. Steve Anderson also provides the voice for the evil bowler hat guy. Fun fact, when John Lasseter saw an early screening for the movie, he told Steven Anderson that he did not find the villain scary or threatening enough, and suggested that he make some changes. Anyway, to me, Bowler Hat Guy is a very sinister character whose goal is to ruin Louis's future. Why? Well, it's because later it's revealed that Bowler Hat Guy is actually Louis's roommate, Michael Yagubian. He blames Louis for working on his memory scanner at night and not getting enough sleep, which resulted in Goob dozing off during his baseball game, missing the catch, and getting beat up. So, years later, Goob steals one of Cornelius's time machines due to Wilbur leaving the garage door open, and steal the memory scanner from the science fair in order to claim credit for it. The real villain of the movie, Doris, or DOR-15, is vocalized by Ethan Sandler, who also voices Fritz and his puppet wife Petunia, along with Spike and Dimitri, and Laszlo. Doris was originally invented as a helping hat that would assist wearers in small tasks, but Doris soon rebelled against her creators and took control of the test wearer. Later, after escaping from Cornelius's vault, she teamed up with Goob to get revenge. You know, I find Doris to be a very manipulative character, and she does get infuriated by Goob's stupidity in one part. Also, I think Doris's evil plan to conquer the world and enslave humanity is really dark and devious. Other voices in the film include Tom Selleck, Don Hall, Orion Redson, Tom Kenny, Kelly Hoover, Matthew Jostine, Nathan Greeno, Jesse Flower, Angela Bassett, Adam West, and Laurie Metcalf. And now let's move on to my final words. Overall, Meet the Robinsons is another underrated animated movie from the House of Mouse. The animation is absolutely amazing. The main character, Louis, is a smart and a relatable kid. Wilbur is a stealthy and confident kid, and while he does become Louis's future son, I think they share a great friendship dynamic. The other Robinsons are zany and fun, and the film includes a great message to keep moving forward with your dreams and your goals. And I just hope that the real upcoming year, 2037, which is about 17 years away, will be equally as futuristic as in this movie. So, if you haven't seen this movie yet, be sure to check it out. It'll make you laugh, smile, scream, even cry. And it's for that very reason why I give this movie a full 100%. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to join me next time as we return to the world of Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli. Mustang Power!